Okay guys, so now that we have a basic understanding of what Dart is, now let's quickly make our first application. Now let's quickly close this folder. Okay, and remove this. Now in VS Code, you have this Control Shift P. You can see probably. If you're not, you can just close the Get Started window. And this Control Shift P, basically what it does is it makes your life a lot easier. So what you can do is just press Control Shift P, and here you can see that there is an option coming, Flutter New Project. If it's not coming, you can just search for Flutter New Project and it's coming on top only. Okay, so now let's click on Flutter New Project, and it is asking us these different options. In Android Studio also this comes, but in VS Code it's much easier. So you can press Application, and now it's asking us to select a folder. So as I made a folder in courses, I will make here another folder by the name Flutter Projects. And this is the folder I selected. Okay, select the a folder to create the project in. So basically in this folder all my projects will be created. So I select this project, and now I have to name the project. So I will name it first. Okay, so make sure that all of your the naming is in lowercase, because the application always needs to be in lowercase. And you can write first _ app and press enter. And VS Code does everything for you. You can see that it's running Flutter create command, which basically gets all the different packages which are required to build the first application. So you will get all these projects and stuff, and you can see that the first file is automatically loaded. Now this is the boilerplate code, and every time you create a new project, this will appear. If you are completely new to Flutter, I would suggest you guys to read whatever this is written, but don't worry, because I will anyways teach you everything, so there is actually no need. Okay, so now you can see that it is analyzing here. According to your computer's processing power, it might analyze fast and it might take a while. You will know when it is analyzed when you will see these text changing to orange, and this analyze tab basically will disappear. Let it analyze for a while, and as you can see that it has analyzed my code. Now what we want to do is we want to remove everything for now. Okay, and we will make a stateless class. You can first write just st. So you can see that automatically VS Code gives you an option to either make a stateful or a stateless widget. Now let's make a stateless widget and write my app here, or let's write practice app. Remember the naming convention, first letters will always be capital, and in the run app section you can just write practice app. Okay, so what is a stateless widget, right? You might have this doubt, what is a stateless widget and what the heck did we just do? What are all these different things which we never even looked at before? Now guys, don't worry at all. I will explain to you what these different things are. First, let's just check if our code is running fine or not. We will return here a Material app widget. Material app. Okay. Now, what is a widget? Everything in Flutter can be considered as, well, most of the things in Flutter is a widget. And widget is basically, let's quickly look at what is the definition of widget. What Flutter gives the definition. Flutter widget. Okay, so the widget, what are widgets in Flutter? Widgets are the central class hierarchy in the Flutter framework. A widget is an immutable description of a part of user interface, blah 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 blah. So no one will ever read that shit. Anyways, it's important guys, it is important, but if for a beginner to understand, it's a lot of, it's confusing basically. So let me explain to you what a widget is. Everything is a widget. Okay, widgets are basically different components of the application. Let's say when you see an application, there is text written there. There are different images there. There is a background. So all these can be applied through a widget. An app bar, that is a widget. This Material app, this is a widget. Maybe it's still not clear to you guys what a widget is. So let's quickly look at what is a Material widget, which is the basic widget you need to have in order to run the Flutter project. Okay, so in Material app widget, what happens basically is the material app widget gives you a ton of different values that you can use. So you can give a title. So this is basically title of your app. So I will write here practice. Okay, or let's write here first app. First app. You can give here a home. Now these two properties are always required. So home is basically another class, the name of the class, which the first screen that will be loaded will be the home. And to make the home, let's make another stateless widget class. And I will explain to you guys what is the stateless widget. It's the next video only, so don't worry about what a stateless widget is, what a stateful widget is. So rather than writing class, and you can just write st and you will see the option. You can just select stateless and you can write home page and you can return a container here. Okay, container is another widget. So don't worry about these different widgets. We will be looking into each and every basic widget that is required. And then as we build the PISP simulator and the magic calculator, we will then also look at these different widgets and you will be very clear with what they exactly are. If you are not able to understand them right now, don't worry. Even I faced these challenges when I was learning Flutter for the first time, but you will understand them as we build projects. So for home, we will write home page. Okay, and let's give this here. Now you can see these blue curvy lines coming. This is because this first you can see in the problems tab that there is an error. The error is in the test folder. Now we will not be looking into test right now, but you can simply write here first app. Our first app, or what the name of our stateless widget was, which was practice app. So you can copy it here and you can just paste it. Okay, this is out of the scope for beginner level course, and I won't be going into too much depth of what practice of what testing is. Okay, so now that we corrected that, you can see that it is showing us prefer constant with constant constructors. That is why we are getting this blue line. Now what that basically means is, because there isn't a variable being used here and everything is pretty much hard coded, right? We are not using a variable here. So Flutter says that whenever that happens, all you need to do is write a constant keyword, which is const in front, and the blue lines will disappear. There are different keywords like the constant keyword. You can also see them here. There is then final keyword, then there is late keyword, and we will be looking into each of them. So don't worry as we build our apps. See, I believe that learn while doing. And if I give you a lot of theory, everything will go above your head, right? So this is the basic code of Flutter. Okay guys, so let's quickly run our program and see the output. So you can just go here, and this bottom you will be able to see no devices. I am seeing this because I have already turned on my phone. Okay, you just click here and there will be an option to start the emulator, and you can just start it directly. And then the moment it's turned on, it will take a while if you are booting it for the first time. And then whenever this home screen appears, you can just go to run tab and you can press run and debug. You will be able to see that the device is connected here, and you can just press run and debug. So it will take a while to run the code because you are running it for the first time. But after that it will be smooth. And also there is this really cool feature with Flutter which I already told you, which is called hot reload. So we will also be utilizing that as well. So let the code run for a while, and the moment it appears a black screen, we can continue. So now you can see that the app is loaded. We are seeing a blank screen here because there's literally nothing on the code. Okay, so one more property I want to show you guys before we actually jump to stateless widget is, you can see this debug checker, right? This debug mark. You can basically turn that off by just pressing enter. So you can turn that debug checker off by just using show, and you can see that debug show checker checked mode banner, whatever the heck it is. You can just turn that down to false and save the file. And now you can see that the debug checker is gone. Okay, now in the next video we will be looking at what is a stateless widget, and we will start experimenting with the app and actually fill it with something. So See you then.